You're listening to a Loot Dummies podcast, lootdummies.com. Welcome to Dungeons and Dragons and Dummies, a weekly podcast following a group of friends as they battle across a homebrewed world called Antiriath in Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition. Step into the mystical world of Antiriath and follow as our party adventures across the lands. Solid Grug, half-orc fighter-sorcerer from the wretched valleys of Mekzim, played by Taylor. A Learlock Bloodhair, Harengon cleric whose fate seems determined by luck itself, played by Joey. Pomerel the Gatekeeper, Summer Eladrin paladin from the Feywild city of Solaria, played by Seth. And Body Not Greenleaf, the halfling rogue with a penchant for taking things that don't belong to him, played by Josh. And last but not least, the creator of our beautiful world, the man of many voices, and our dungeon master, Sam. And welcome back, everyone, to Dungeons and Dragons and Dummies, the podcast.
Well, did I do an acceptable job plugging our show and the random improv one shot?
Yes, we should shout them out. I'll
it.
put this in. Sketchy Rolls. Search Sketchy Rolls. Our very own Seth was a guest.
Yeah.
Yeah, describe it, Seth. It was crazy.
It was a fully improv one shot session where not even the GM knew what we were going to do until we started the session. We rolled for setting, scenario. We random rolled our character sheets in D&D Beyond. Nobody had any idea what was going to happen. We did all the stuff, and then he went back and edited it all to clear up some of the pauses for like map drawing and stuff that he had to do. And it was very interesting. And we were with Sketchy Rolls and one of the guys from We Open With, the podcast we jumped in on for Christmas.
Yeah, we open with. That's right. Shout out to those guys too. Yeah, you were Jimmy the Jam Man.
Jimmy the Jam Man, a monk, wood elf, sage, who was balding with a tuft of hair, and one of the quirks that I was required to use was that he was obsessed with his hair in a positive way.
With his tuft of hair.
Mm-hmm.
That's incredible.
I had some sketchy rolls at Texas Roadhouse once.
Hell yeah.
Oh my.
Oh.
How do you make rolls sketchy?
Well, you put mold in them.
Yeah, exactly. It's bread.
Now I want moldy bread.
I want to recap.
Maggoty bread in 3 days. Well, you can't come in with that level of energy.
You eat your moldy bread. I want to recap.
Well, if you want to recap, you gotta bring it in. You gotta.
Well, killed myself on that loaf of banana bread you left for me. You can't leave me loaves of bread that large.
Well, you were supposed to eat it with your family. It wasn't just for you.
Oh, I missed that. I did get admonished for not taking any to our mother.
Oh my gosh. She has started, anytime I mention any food that I've created, she just mutters under her breath, never made that for me. I mean, it's like every time I'm like, Mom, I can't make you everything I make. Like, what is happening
busy.
here? Oh my gosh.
I am pushing the recap, but not.
Well, I don't think you should do it until it's requested properly.
It's so much.
All right, I'll give you a good lead in for it then. All right.
Please bless us.
Ready for a recap.
That was intense.
Wow.
So
That
we're
was
going to do
incredible.
a rapid fire recap because it's a lot of information.
Yeah.
So at the beginning of the previous session, we leveled up to level 11
Oh yeah.
with new HP rolls and straight up rolling for initiative against a bunch of rattling bone skillies and a dozen or so zomboids and all kinds of fancy
Big
things
Blobby boy.
on the southeast portion of the Rotwood, where a Learlock casts a fat turn undead on the whole bunch and is able to delete 4 of the skeletons and 7 of the undead creatures, leaving only 1 remaining, at which point Pomerel went a little ham and just smited the absolute piss out of the remaining undead, or skeleton, or whatever it was. So as we continue what would be the final battle of the Rotwood, more creatures begin to emerge from the ground, grabbing at our ankles and coming up, trying to accost us in various ways as the party continues dashing forward. Another group and another group just continue to surround us as Learlock Hoppenheimers, another large group of creatures with a fat turn undead. And a big nasty thing shows up. It just says big nasty over and over in my notes. I don't know what the fuck it was. Pomerel just starts whacking this thing off as the enemies close in and get a big hit
Pause.
on a Learlock. Body Knock gets shot on Big Nasty, and Talok is just smashing bone on bone with his big bone. And the Big Nasty explodes pus all over everyone.
This is very homoerotic.
Keep it going. Pump it, baby.
I'm almost there.
Pomerel, Learlock, and Body Knock succeed on a saving throw from the pus explosion and take some damage. At which point, Starfire, or Randall Shamble, whatever his name is, Revenge, and Talok.
Wait.
Star-Lord,
No, yeah.
Sunshine,
Star-Lord and Ramble Shamble. We got it. I'm there.
The 2 horses and Talok fail, taking massive poison damage as Pomerel goes Nova and finishes off the Big Nasty.
Wait, I have to pause you. I've picked up on something these last few recaps. If Sam says something weird, Seth is adding it into his notes. Because
I've been doing that for 2 years.
Said, I just edited that. Oh, you're kind of going supernova, or something like that.
Oh yeah, well, like a Learlock Hoppenheimer.
The Hoppenheimer made it into the notes.
Nova.
That was a steal, Z. Okay,
Absolutely.
I love it. It was cracking me up. Wow. All right. Sorry.
Pomerel goes Nova and finishes off the Big Nasty. His Sunbeam face steps himself and Pomerel out of the scrum. The final Rotwood battle continues as the little bitches get some tickles in, and Body Knock disengages and pops a Skelly Skull with an arrow. That's all verbatim from my notes. Talok drops a massive fireball as Talok, Revenge, and Learlock sprint forward. Pomerel bashes one of the creatures and runs away, and Body Knock takes a rusty kidney shot as Jeffrey chomps at a skeleton, but it has no effect. What?
The rusty kidney shot. I wasn't.
That's how it was described.
Felt it.
Script.
Body Knock shotgun blasts a skeleton, gives
Oh,
one
yeah.
of the femurs, gives one of the femurs to Jeffrey as the party busts into a clover field. Pomerel is elated and rubs himself all over the clover as the party begins to set up camp. Out on the plains at camp on the 11th of Frost around 7 p.m., Talok requests a petal of the flower from the Learlock to try to brew a potion, and he fails. It's a little upsetting, but it happens. Which point we have a long rest, waking up on the 12th of Frost to a beautiful, sunny, windy day of 65 degrees. Heading towards Pokorit, we see a jittering giant butterfly in the sky crawfishing about with a 10-foot wingspan, and it nearly blows the party away. Later that evening, we can see Pokorit in the distance, and the walls are manned, but the city looks to be in disrepair. As we continue up to Pokorit, Talok presents the writ from the Confluence Guildhall to the guards at the gate, and they ask for a wayfinder. Talok luckily has it, presents it, and the guard questions us further as he is shocked that we passed through the Rotwood. The head guard wants us to see someone named Father Therm to be sure we aren't dangerous, we assume. We move through the town and the people are repairing things in the city, and it seems that there's a somber mood as Pomerel and Body Knock and the party notice that they are burning a pile of avian bodies similar to the large bird, ostrich, emu, deathbeak things.
Axe beaks.
We come up to a church, which is the first temple of Kelemvor, who is the death deity. This green-eyed man looks at Talik with a keen gaze and welcomes us to Pokorit. They're concerned about our party coming through the Rotwood. At which point, the green-eyed man, Father Therm, wants to pray over us. A little uncomfortable about this. He prays a healing prayer over Pomerel, Talik, and Alirlock as Bodinock slips into the shadows of the church inside and hides. A door opens in the back, and a large knight walks in wearing silver armor with a shield emblazoned with an eagle matching Talik's shining shield. He has ruddy brown hair, scruffy beard, and a scarred face. His name is Garnax Marine. And then another soldier rushes in to the church to report an attack on a village to the south. Father Therm tells Talik that strange animal attacks have been occurring. He sends word to the King Regent for humanitarian aid as Garnax summons soldiers to head south. Therm tells us of an attack by lightning axe beaks on the city of Pokorit, and then he directs us towards an inn, at which point Pomerel asks for an audience with the King Regent as he is an envoy of Islania, and the King Regent's name is Dos Marine?
Yeah, D-O-S-T.
Dos.
Dost. I've been
Dost.
saying Dost, but Dost works.
Dost Marine. So at that point, the party heads to the inn we were told about, the Greenwater Inn, for clean beds and wine. The barkeep is a small green frogman, and the bar is mostly empty except for one drunken patron in the corner. Pomerel starts ordering wine as Talik is looking for any beer and chugs an old cup of ale sitting on the table. That's gross. Pomerel starts chugging wine, Talik starts chugging ale, the frogman offers fraioli. The party accepts. Bodinock is deep into the sausages. Alirlock is staying observant and drinking slowly. As Bodinock and Alirlock are observing the place, they realize that it's empty. Bodinock asks what the issue is. At that point, the frogman barkeep, Spit Bibley, implies that the townsfolk take issue with his animal appearance. We give introductions as Pomerel is getting hammered and telepaths with Sunbeam. Sunbeam says that they're doing great out in the stable. Alirlock casts Word of Recall on the Greenwater Inn, making it a sanctuary. Alirlock then goes out and checks on Revenge and notices Revenge is not feeling well. He casts a level 2 Cure Wounds on Revenge and Sunbeam. Talik then drags himself to bed as Bodinock and Jeffrey also go to bed with a platter of sausages. Pomerel passes out, but Alirlock helps him up to his room, and the party begins a long rest, beginning the next morning on the 13th of Frost at 7 a.m.
Whew.
Whew. Wow, what a recap.
Those are the high points.
Needless to say, I was totally done with y'all by the time we finished that last session.
It's like, I'm done with you people.
All right.
So, it's the next morning. I figure you guys kind of shuffle down for some brekkie fast day.
What's the weather?
What's the weather today? I'm not rolling weather anymore. We're not on an adventure. You know what? For old time's sake.
There's no weather in town?
For old
There's no
time's
weather
sake.
in Pokorit.
Let's
It is a
see what the
vacuum.
weather's like in Pokorit. Well, it is
It's
moderate
a
for the
vacuum.
winter, so it's 45. That's the encounter die.
That's my favorite temperature.
Ugh. What's wrong with you?
And it is
Sicko.
just a light drizzle with no rain. So it's not the most pleasant of days.
45 and drizzly up here in the beautiful
Pokorit.
town of Pokorit.
You know, sounds about right?
Yeah.
Y'all shuffle in for breakfast or whatever you have in your coffee or ale or whatever you do. A knock on the door, kind of a gentle, like you barely hear, like a, and then the door creaks open and a little face of a young woman pokes in and she looks about and she sees you guys and she opens the door and she kind of shuffles in. She's wearing the purple robes that the acolytes in Kellenvor's church were wearing. And she walks up to you guys and she says, "Good morning. I hope I'm not disturbing you. I came on behalf of Father Therm. He had heard back from the King Marine that he would love to have an audience with you all. I apologize. He would love to have an audience with all of you. But however, he is not able to do so today and invites you to come tomorrow morning at dawn, if you will.
What's your name?
Oh, my name is Elise.
Elise?
Elise? Elise?
Elise. Tomorrow morning, you say?
Yes, I hope that won't be a problem. We would be delighted to have you enjoy our lovely city for the day and rest and take your time recuperating.
Recuperating. Dear Elise, we need no recuperation. Maybe you could be our guide.
Oh, I would love you to, but I have to get back to the church. Father Therm is expecting me.
A day off won't hurt us, Pomerel. Sounds good, Elise. We'll see him tomorrow morning.
Yes, of course. Simply meet at the castle. Father Therm will meet you there, he said.
I know Body Knock wants the day off. Learlock, what do you think?
Oh yeah, couldn't hurt.
Tell Big Therm the germ that we'll stick around.
She kind of like stiffens her back a little bit, and she thinks better of saying anything, and she just nods, and she turns and kind of shuffles away.
I'm gonna reach down and dap Body Knock up for Therm the Germ.
You're gonna what him?
Dap him up!
I'm too old to know what
Fist
that
bump.
Means.
Fist bump.
Give him a
Nuts,
little
big
fist
dog.
bump.
Oh, okay.
Pomerel's gonna look at Talik and Body Knock and be like, I notice that sometimes you punch each other in the fists. What exactly is this?
It means we like each other.
Oh, do you mate?
My God, this
And
guy.
Orc from Mork over here.
Oh my gosh. Do you mate?
I'm like, this fucking guy.
It's so casual.
Bit!
Oh yeah, you need something else? I don't remember what my accent was, but I remember it was excitable.
What's the breakfast special, Spit?
Oh yeah, well I'm making an omelet. My eggs are always fresh. Don't have a lot of veggies to put in it. I got bacon. You like bacon?
What animal did these eggs come from?
They're chicken eggs.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll take eggs and bacon. I'm gonna go sit at the bar by Spit.
Absolutely. The guy that was in here last night who was drinking, he's still in the corner. He's passed out in the chair, leaned up against the corner.
Pomerel's gonna walk over to him and just stand there and study him.
He'll go in the back and come out just a little while later with some eggs and bacon. See you standing there. Oh, don't mind him. He just had a little bit too much to drink last night. He's just sleeping it off.
Pomerel looks over at Learlock and he says, Learlock, do we know this man?
I got a good look at him yesterday, and I didn't recognize him.
So we met him yesterday.
Yeah, you might not remember all the drink you had.
Yeah, that's Thomas. You guys were having a big old time last night. He kind of drops your bacon and eggs on the table. He says, "That big fella, what you want?"
Oh, nothing.
What about you, Mr. Red?
Oh, just give me the special, the breakfast special.
Oh, all right. And what about you, little guy?
Call me little guy again, I'll cut your eyes out, frog boy.
Fair enough. All right, didn't mean no offense. I mean, you're really no smaller than me. I don't even know what I was thinking.
Sausages.
Oh, I love it. You were snarfing those things last night. Let me see. I'll get you a whole pallet full. He goes back to the back.
Pomerel reaches down and he gets really close to Thomas. And is he wearing a hat?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's got a hat. He's got it pulled down over his nose. He's just huddled in the corner. He's got a big, heavy leather jacket kind of pulled around him.
Pomerel reaches down and he lifts up Thomas's hat and just kind of props it back up on top of his head so he can see his face better.
Yeah, he's just got a little drool coming out of the corner of his face. He's passed smooth out.
Pomerel is going to reach down and touch 2 fingers to the side of his knee, and he's going to pump 5 HP into Thomas.
Thomas kind of jerks his knee up like a reflex reaction, kind of kicks his leg out, and then goes, "What the hell?" Woo! Yo, there. Oh, Spit, give me some hair. I need a hair of the dog. Ooh, buddy. Well, did I already have one? Did I pass back out? Golleesh.
My goodness, Thomas.
What? And then it takes him this long to like notice you standing there. He's like, oh, hey, buddy, how you doing? He kind of reaches out, gives your chest plate a little like backhand love tap.
I'm doing exceptionally well as always in the dawn. What? How are you doing?
Oh, I feel great, man. I'm gonna have another one. He's like pushing the cups around. Most of the cups have been cleared out from around, and there's just a little glass of water. He kind of like takes a sniff of it, takes a sip, sets it back down, kind of frowns. He's like, Spit, what was that hair of the dog you gave me? I need another one of those. I feel fantastic.
Thomas, focus for a moment. You're sober for the first time in God knows how long. Why are you drinking so much?
Spit, what'd you give me that made me feel so damn good? I'm not sober. I just had another drink just now. That's the only explanation for why I'm not hungover.
Pomerel reaches down and taps his knee with one finger and pumps 2 more HP into him.
He kind of blinks his eyes and kind of feels his fingers. He motions in with his finger for you to come close, like he wants to tell you a secret.
Pomerel doesn't move.
He whispers it to you even a foot away, so he says it loud enough everybody can hear. He's like, "Was that magic?"
It was something. Why are you drinking so much?
Oh, I just like the way it tastes.
No.
Look, I better get moving. And he kind of stands up and stretches.
Where are you going?
Oh, I got a lot to do today. It's gonna be a long day of stuff I gotta do.
Can Pomerel tell if he's lying or telling the truth or...
Sure, make me a perception check or insight, either one.
8.
He says in such a way that you're like, maybe he does have a lot to do. I don't know. Seems convincing.
Okay.
He says, "Yeah, gotta run a few errands. Spit, you take good care of these guys. Tell y'all what, if y'all see me around, I'd be happy to give you a run of the place. But I need to take care of a couple things this morning, maybe after some lunch."
Pomerel follows Thomas.
He kind of slips around and walks out the front door. You follow him outside?
Yeah.
Okay. So Spit comes out about the time they're walking out, and he kind of catches them, and he kind of glances. He's like, "Oh, man, I guess that big fella didn't want anything to eat. And here you go." He gives Spotty Knock, he gives you this, like, platter of sausages. It's like a giant rectangle, and they're domed up, like stacked up in a pyramid of sausages.
I'm gonna shove about half those into my bag of holding.
Ooh. Where's Jeffrey? Does Jeffrey sleep with you, or did he sleep in the stable?
He's a little smelly boy, so he sleeps in the stable.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. He's a gassy boy. Alir, like, he slides across to you a very nice plate of what appears to be like a mushroom and potato, like, hash scramble with a couple of sunny side eggs on top and a little, like, garnish sprig of green on the very top.
Oh man, this is going to taste much better than that conjured nonsense Pomerel whips up.
So, Spit.
Yeah.
So, tell us about Pokorit. How come you seem like such a nice guy and everybody else around here is kind of weird?
Oh, I don't think it's all that bad. You know, people let fear get a hold of them. There's always the threat of the rotwood from the north and Megzim to the south. They're a little leery of strangers. You guys coming in, being strangers and whatnot. It makes them a little uncomfortable. You give them a little bit of time. This is a lovely place. Everybody's super nice here. Very close-knit community.
Can I tell if he's like telling the full truth, or is he like...
Yeah. Make me an insight check specifically for that one.
butter us up a little bit, like he knows something. 18.
18. It's as if he wants to believe it, but he doesn't really have the conviction. It doesn't seem like he necessarily really does believe what he's saying.
And what's the name of the church?
Kellamvor is the deity.
Kellamvor? The Church
Yeah.
of Kellamvor? And it was
Yeah.
Therm? Was the
Therm is the father, the priest.
What do you know about the Church of Kellamvor in town and Father Therm? He seems to have a lot of power.
Big old Therm the Germ.
I dab him up again.
He kind of wipes his hands on his apron and looks around a little bit. He's like, well, I mean, Mr. Therm's a very important man. He's very well respected in the community. He's done a lot of good for everybody here, and he's gives blessings that protect the townsfolk from the undead. Unfortunately, there's not a whole lot that he can do about the southern problems that we have. He kind of glances his eyes down as he's looking at Talik. You know, he really does his best, and all his acolytes work really hard to help him. So I nothing but good things to say about Father Therm, honestly.
And what is happening south of town? Mutated animals?
Well, that's the latest rumors. You know, Mekzim is just south of here. I'm assuming you're familiar.
Yeah.
So, you know, we've always got raids that happen from time to time. It's just the way it is, you know. It's not anything that we take particular offense to. It's just part of it, you know.
That's just the way it is.
But yeah, no, these animals, they've got everybody extra on edge. Not sure exactly what's going on. Yeah, just the last couple weeks, we're getting lots of reports of strange creatures. Honestly, not dissimilar to your horse and dog out there, if I'm being honest.
You watch your fucking mouth.
Oh, I meant no offense. I think that every creature,
Buddy, you're a goddamn talking frog.
Hey, exactly. I think every creature under the light of Lathander should be allowed to live as any way he wants, as long as they're being good. It doesn't matter exactly what you look like or what you're made out of.
Well, I don't think I want to ask anything else.
So, Seth, we're going to do a skill check here. Because after you get just a couple blocks away, Thomas picks up his pace and he tries to like lose you around a corner. Yeah, make me a roll. It's a fairly easy one, so you've got to get 3 successes before you get 2 failures. It's just a DC 12.
Okay.
Just take a look at your skills, and he ducks around a corner, and you kind of lose sight of him. So pick a skill that you want to roll, and kind of explain to me how you're going to use it to, you know, pick back up his trail and not lose him.
Okay. Yeah, I think just the pure athlete that Pomerel is. He's just going to increase his stride significantly to outpace the formerly stumbling drunk that Thomas is.
Okay, yeah, make me a roll.
Oh, 19, 26.
Okay. Yeah. So you speed up and you get to the corner that he ducked around, and you see he's not too far down, but he's definitely picked up his pace, and he's at the other end. He's about to he ducks around another corner, but you catch him turning left. You were in like a big main street. There were a few people in it. He ducked down an alley, and then he turned back onto another main street. You see more people down there.
Okay.
So you got 1 success.
So same thing. Just gonna try to just pick up speed and overtake the Thomas.
Well, you gotta. So with the skill checks, you have to pick a different one each time.
Okay.
You gotta pick a new one.
Pomerel is going to call out to Thomas and say, "Hey, buddy, Thomas, wait up!" And gonna use persuasion.
Okay.
Oh, not 1 for a 10 total.
Oh no! So you shout out to him, and he catches your ears. He knows the jig is up. Is that you're trying to catch him. You know that he's getting away, and he picks up his pace. He actually kind of starts like jogging and weaving in and out of people.
Is he still within earshot?
Yeah, he's still within earshot.
So Pomerel's going to yell out, "You've only seen a taste of what I can do, Thomas. Stop!" With intimidation.
Going to intimidate. Okay,
that'll be a 14 with a +9.
Okay, so that's a success. So he kind of like stops and he turns around. He puts his hands up. He says, "Hey, buddy, we just met. I don't want any trouble. But once you get within like 20 feet of him, you start getting closer. A carriage kind of goes in between you two, and he disappears behind the carriage, Bourne style."
As soon as he disappears, I'm going to try to use perception to see if he ducked around something or grabbed the carriage or whatever. Oh, let's go. 16.
You catch a glimpse of his hat over the top of the carriage. He like jumped up on the side of the carriage, and he's holding on to the side of it and riding along it. Was that 3?
Yep.
So like I imagine the scene is we like see it from his perspective, and we see him like looking around, and then the next thing you just grab him off the carriage and you've got him.
All right. Can we switch back to the other guys real quick?
So yeah, you guys are sitting around the table eating your brekkie.
Table.
What are y'all thinking for the day?
Well, I think I'm done with this meal. I want to go scout around town and look for places to shop because I need to buy some things.
Yeah, so if you ask pretty much anybody, if you ask Spit before you leave or anybody around town, they'll tell you you need to go to Erickson's General Store. They've got everything you could ever want.
Erickson's General Store.
Yep, Erickson's General Store.
All right.
You're gonna love this if you like that. People around town kind of give you funny looks, so you're definitely getting some glances. How are you guys like dressing? Are y'all full armored, geared, kitted out, walking around town?
I'm probably not wielding anything as my mini usually shows. Just walking around like normal.
Yeah, but like you've got your mace on you or your bone club or whatever.
It's on
It's
my
hanging
person.
on your hip and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, people can
Same.
definitely get a vibe that you guys are from out of town, and so as you're walking around town, you don't see hardly any of those shiny eagle guys
What
that
was
you
that
guys
guy's
met
name?
the night before. It was Garnax Marine.
Garnax.
Yes.
Yeah, Garnax and the other guy that came in. You don't see very many of those guys. You mostly see a different looking soldier group that's wearing purple and black kind of armor, and it's got the symbol of Pokorit, which is like a big bird, but it's much more like heraldry bird than the one that's on the silver eagle shields.
Does it look like it's related to the church?
Not necessarily. No, it's what's on like the flags around town and stuff. It looks like it's related to Romsverdi as a whole.
Okay.
Yeah, you wouldn't even need to make a check to know that. No, the church is a skeletal hand holding, what are those things called? Libra scale. Joe, you were saying you're gonna bop about town.
Bop
I want to go
about
to
town.
Eric's. I can't.
Erickson?
Can't.
Erickson's
Why is that
General
getting
Store.
him every
I
time?
don't
Hold
know.
on.
I don't know. It's not that hard. I don't get it.
You're gonna love this. Okay, so you walk into Erickson's
Oh.
General Store, and
I'm gonna
this
go with him, by the way.
Okay, awesome. So you guys walk in. It's this old, musty store. Like it smells musty, very in disarray. There's like piles of stuff everywhere. Disarray is the wrong word. He has too much stuff for the amount of like shells and organization that he's got. And you see this kind of homely gentleman standing behind the counter. He's like moving some stuff around on a desk and not necessarily making a lot of progress. And he turns around, he sees you guys come in, he says, "Oh, hello there. How you guys doing? Nice to meet you. My name's Eric. Welcome to Erickson's General Store.
Doing wonderful.
What can I get you?"
Oh, well, I need a magnifying glass.
Oh, magnifying glass. Oh, yeah. You come over here. He goes over to a drawer and he pulls out this drawer and it just kind of like rattles as he pulls it open, and he starts shuffling stuff around, and he pulls out like 3 or 4 magnifying glasses of different qualities. Like, I got this one. This one's nice. It's got a copper handle. I really like it. This one's got a wooden handle, but look, the glass on this one's real big, and I like how big it is. What do you say you need it for? You need it for looking at some papers or stuff? Because I got a little one. He pulls out like a little loop. He's like, I got a little one. This one's real nice if you want to like inspect gems or something. I don't know what you're into, but yeah. What, any of these suit your fancy?
Yeah, give me the one that's real large.
This big one here? Yeah, all right, yeah. That'll be 2 silver. Here,
Alrighty. Yeah. I've got some other things that you
got
might.
some other stuff? All right,
Yeah.
Here, let's just put this over on the counter. He kind of pushes some
All
stuff
right.
over on the counter. It knocks over his water on there. Oh, sorry about that. He sets up his water and puts your magnifying glass in the clear spot. There we go. What else you got?
Well,
Scott's making my nerves bad.
this is a real specific request, and
Oh,
you may
all
not
right.
have it. Do you have? It's a bowl, right? It's a bowl.
A bowl. All right, I got bowls.
It's layered or inlaid with gems worth
gems.
1,000 gold, roughly.
You want a bowl worth 1,000 gold?
Yeah.
Man, I got some really nice bowls, and I'll be honest, I would love to get 1,000 gold for them, but they're not worth 1,000 gold. Man, shoot, that's gonna be tough. A bowl with 1,000 gold. I'm not even sure whereabouts you would find such a thing.
Yeah. I was afraid you'd say that.
You got any hand grenades?
He's like, what? No. A grenade. Does that explode?
Yeah, little throwy bombs.
Well, if you're fighting undead, I got a lot of holy water. We keep well supplied on that.
No, I want boomies.
Boom. Oh, no, I got lots of holy water. And you guys adventurers, I've got potions of healing too. We keep a good supply of those.
This is a general store.
You what?
Walmart sell guns, and you don't. Come on now.
He's like, I'm sorry, sir. I mean, we try to keep as good a stock as any. We don't get a lot of adventurers through here, if I'm being honest. And so, we don't do a lot of weapons. That's mostly handled by the garrison. So, I don't have a lot of that sort of thing.
Gary's son runs the other place. You're Eric's son. And
yeah, I'm Eric. Eric's son.
You're telling me that I need to go talk to Gary's son for what I need.
No, I don't think you can talk to the garrison. That's where the soldiers live and work.
This place is nonsense. I'm gonna go for a walk.
Okay. As you're walking around outside, Mighty Knock, you notice this very strange cart. It stands out like a sore thumb in this place because it's covered in very brightly colored and intricate tapestries and blankets and stuff all on the outside, and it's got this like floating stone with a little wooden sign hung on it that just says Gil's Shade, like GIL''S.
I'm gonna go snoop around that.
You kind of snoop around the outside and you take a peek in through the window and you just see this figure kind of hunched over a table sitting in the middle of the cart. And go ahead and make me a stealth check.
Find out what happens to our party next week. Check us out at dndndummies.com. And please leave us a rating and a review on your podcast app. It would mean the world to us.